Okay, now let's see how we can modify our clustered bar and column chart visual that we have built in the previous video. So the focus of this video is we want to see how we can customize our x-axis or y-axis, how we can add data labels to our charts, and how we can improve our title visibility. And lastly, in this video, we're going to see how we can apply different colors to our bar or column labels. Okay, so let's go into our Power BI desktop and let's see how we can do that in here. Okay, so I'm going to use this first visual, our clustered bar chart that we have built just now, and we are going to modify it. So to modify this visual, you can use the second icon here, format your visual icon, and from here these are the settings that we can use to modify our clustered bar chart, sorry, our clustered column chart. Okay, first of all, we want to produce a data label to our columns so that it is easier for us to read the data. Okay, if we don't have any data labels, actually we can use our mouse cursor to get the exact value for each column. Okay, but if you want to print this out on a paper or you want to present this in other application other than Power BI desktop, then you will not have this capability to have this value pop up whenever you hover your mouse on this column. So you need to have a value produced on the chart itself. So that is what we call as a data label. So you can toggle it on, the data label here, you can toggle it on, and for each column now, you can see the exact value of the total revenue. Okay, so now we have this total revenue for each column, then our y-axis is no longer relevant for us. So to hide the values from our y-axis, you can expand this y-axis option and you can toggle these values off. Okay, so now we can eliminate our y value so that our chart area will become larger. Okay, so other than that, we also want to change our colors. Okay, we want to identify which column is the maximum or the highest value and which column is having the minimum value by having a very bright color highlighting them. Okay, so to do that, we can use this column setting option here. You can expand it, and from here, we can specify specific color to specific criteria. So by default, it is using a single color for all columns. And now we can change it by using this FX button. Click on that button and you will see this window pop up. So if you have followed through my previous videos, this is similar to what we have done in the tables and matrix visual to apply conditional formatting. Okay, so it works the same way. First, we need to specify which column we want to use as the calculation criteria. So for this case, we are going to refer to our total revenue. Okay, so select that, and then we can specify our own rule to highlight certain columns. Okay, so for example, if the column is showing me a value that is larger than the minimum value, but at the same time lesser than the maximum value. So this is the rule that I can specify: larger than minimum, less than maximum. So if it is true, I want to apply a different color, such as, let's say for this example, I'm going to use this blue color. So that is in between minimum and maximum. So now I'm going to add a new rule to specify if the value is showing me the maximum value. So I'm going to change it to equal sign, and this I'm going to change it to maximum 100%. Okay, so if it is maximum, I want to show it in let me change it to purple color, for example. And if it is equals to minimum, 0% is the minimum, I want to change the color to, yeah, red color. Okay, so these are the rules that I want to apply to my clustered column chart, and click on OK button. So now our clustered column chart has changed colors according to our rules that we have specified just now. Okay, so that's how you can apply different colors to different columns. Okay, let's see about this title. Okay, for the title, you can change it or you can modify it further by going into this general category. And under general category, you can expand title section. And let's say I want to make it as bold and I want to change the text color to black color, a solid black color, as opposed to this grayish color. So you can change the color from here and now it is clearer. Okay, the title of this chart appears very clear to us. Okay, revenue by category. Okay, so now we have done this modification to our first visual. Let's see another example for our second visual right now. Okay, so for this second visual, I'm going back to this visual category here, and I want to I want to show the data labels. So I can click on this toggle button here to activate our data label. And this is the data label produced for all bars. Okay, so for example, right now, the data label is showing me in terms of billion. Okay, in terms of billion. So if it is showing me in terms of billions right now, you can see at the bottommost area of this chart, it is showing me RM 0.00 billion. So it doesn't make sense. So I want to change the display unit. Instead of showing me in billions, I want to show it in a different setting. So I can go to this data labels, expand the option, and from here we can change the value display. Okay, so you can expand this value and change the value display. Instead of showing it in automated display units, I want to control it explicitly. So let's say I want to present this in terms of millions instead of billions. So millions. So now I can see the value coming as in millions. Okay, and if I don't want to see any decimal places, so I can specify 0 for this decimal places setting. And now my value is showing me in terms of million, giving me the whole number, okay, for the data. Okay, we can also change this to show in the exact figure. So to show in exact figure, you can select none as the display unit and it will show you the exact figure based on the calculation performed on your database. So it is up to you. And we can also make it even clearer by applying some color gradients to our bars. So to do that, we can expand these bar settings. And from here, similar like our clustered column chart, we can control our colors. So instead of using rules, we can change it to gradient. And similar as before, we need to specify our calculation column. So we are going to use our total revenue, and this is the color applied to it. So if it is minimum value, we want to use green color. If it is maximum value, we want to use this purple color. Okay, so now if I click on OK button, our clustered bar chart will change color according to the values, and you can see that now we have these color gradients appearing in our chart. Okay, so and similar to before, we are going to customize our title to make it clearer, so we can change it to bold style and solid black color. Okay, so that is how we can customize this. And to give extra information about these charts, let's say we have another column inside our second visual here, clustered bar visual. Okay, for example, let me drag in category into this y-axis. Okay, for example, here I put it in the y-axis. So now our y-axis is having these two criteria, these two columns, category and manufacturer. Category is the first level, manufacturer is the second level. So if you recall in my previous videos, when we discuss on the table and matrix visualizations, I have demonstrated the behavior of having multiple columns in a single field. We can use this drill down option or drill down behavior, so that whenever we click on a single bar, for example, if I click on this urban bar, it will go into the urban category and showing us all the manufacturers under urban category. Okay, so it works similar to what we have discussed during our table and matrix customization activities before. Okay, so that's what we can do when we want to modify these visuals, and we are going to see in the next video a different kind of visual, and stay tuned to the next video.